distorted it. Now you think you want a rocket twirl somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature, that mean extorted it. They forging it, if news ain't good informants who informing them. There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this report, and ships important. Yes, of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? In a world where people think apocalypse means Armageddon or some crazy war or something, but literally the etymology comes from a Greek word that means to uncover or to remove the veil, to unveil. So that is in fact what the apocalypse is. It is the unveiling. So we're going to get into what I think that means. I know a lot of people have takes on this. What's up, Brian? What's up, Brian? Austin, Anthony, Jimmy, Glenn's, Alberta Bear, Frank, Melissa, Michael Lyon, Mr. Anderson in the crib as well. I'm going to go ahead and read some of the donations off. There's not many. There's a couple that were in between the streams. Like I say that I will. My man Jacob, for real, can I get unmuted again, please? I really leave it up to the mods. We got some pretty base legendary mods in there. I don't think they really mute for no reason, but hopefully you won't have to keep sending me $5 on Cash App to get unmuted, bro. Just kind of, I don't know, just don't get muted, bro. But yeah, give them another chance, I guess. Ruach Nesarim on YouTube, thank you for the donation on Cash App, bro. Much love. It's much appreciated. James, no need to shout me out. I just want to help. Well, that is a noble idea, but I shouted you out anyway, brother. Of course, if you specifically don't want me to shout you out, say that. I try not to ever dox anyone anyway. And thank you for the very generous donation on PayPal from John. All right, now that we got that covered, sweet. So, yeah, the apocalypse is things being unveiled, uncovered, right? You could take this a couple ways, right? As in the metaphorical application of we are being shown a lot of truth, right? So like a lot of the layers of deception are being removed and uncovered. I do think that that is one layer of the application of the apocalypse for sure. As you can tell, we have been, over the course of the last decade or so, we've had a whole lot of truth revealed to us. Flat Earth popped up, Enoch popped up. And of course, a lot of us have been looking into these things for a long time, like 9/11 or inoculations or the Federal Reserve or chemtrails. It goes on forever. Genetically modified organisms, etc., etc. False wars. But I do think it's a little deeper than that, right? I don't think it's just like, oh, wow, we found out that the Earth doesn't defy physics. This is one of it. One of the things that we have been revealed in the metaphorical application of the deception being unveiled. But guys, I think it's a little deeper than that, right? So Revelation, of course, the removal of the veil, the apocalypse, the veil being removed. So if you go to look at Revelation, you know just the end time prophecy within the most historically accurate compilation that exists, that is literally coming true right in front of us. And to just go ahead and address this. So basically, one of the counter arguments when I say, I mean, guys, there's thousands of year old prophecies happening right now. And you can't validate exactly when it was written. It was written a long time ago, bro. You can validate that. And if you don't think you can, then you haven't researched it. And basically, it's kind of like a glober, right? When a globe earther is backed into a corner, they'll just say, "Oh, you can't prove it for sure," or whatever they want to say, right? That's basically what you do. Honestly, I don't really care at this point. Either you have eyes to see or ears to hear, or you do not. Many of you are being broken down, and it's a process. Because your intellectualism is kind of getting in the way of you kind of interpreting this on an intuitive, spiritual resonation. But I hope that our resonance, but I hope that we get there, right? I hope some of you get there, but I have to dust my feet off. I can't keep it pushing, so I have to keep it pushing. People kind of want to say, oh, well, they just want you to think that this prophecy is being fulfilled and that they wrote the scriptures so that people would believe it in the end when it starts to happen, and they'll think it has something to do with divinity or to do with Yahshua, or as they call him, Jesus, so they won't really do anything. Well, see, that sounds good if no one knows what you're talking about and no one is actually informed on the situation. So if you're ignorant, that sounds like a logical premise, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. I'm sure the grabblers did do that. The psychopathic powers that shouldn't be probably did just write this little fairy tale book with a crazy chaotic ending where there's like chaos and power and totalitarianism and a one world order, and that there will be compliance coaxed in this form of religion used to control people, where they'll just be like, oh, well, this is supposed to happen, this has to happen, I can't wait for Jesus to come back. All right, now there is some truth to this argument, but just on its face, it is in fact inaccurate. This is right. With an accurate, proper interpretation of what it says in Revelation, it actually tells you to buck the system. It tells you to buck the government. It says fight till the end. Never give in. Don't take the mark no matter what. People will all start to turn on you. Don't give in. In fact, stay strong, bucking the system and the government and the one world order till the very end. Persevere till the very end, to such an extent that you're actually willing to get decapitated. This doesn't really fit within your hand wave dismissal attempt. And so just on an intellectual wavelength, which waves aren't things that don't have links, they're just types of movement within mediums, you understand that, well, that doesn't actually work if you're being honest. So it is what it is. I hope that some of you can put your pride aside to please stop regurgitating that over and over, because if we're being honest, it doesn't work, bro. They tell you to buck the system. So if this was engineered as some form of control, right, to keep you complacent, it wouldn't tell you to buck the system to the end. Now, I will say a lot of people that are in the cookie cutter modern Christianity religion, and that's definitely what it is, belief system built upon a doctrine of men, they will in fact just sit complacently on their hands. Is because they have been told something that's literally not in the scriptures at all, and that it is a pre-tribulation rapture that will occur. Before things get bad, you'll just disappear, and everyone's going to wake up and millions of people will be gone, and no one will be able to put together that the Christians all disappeared and then turn to them, because it says that, well, the path that leads to destruction is wide and many are on it, but the path that leads to life is narrow and but a few find it. And in the end, the deception will be so great that if it were possible, even the very elect would be deceived. That is a majority of people. So I know a lot of people are like, dang, Austin's already on this religious tip, always on this religious tip, preaching. First of all, I hate religion, and I'm going to speak about what I'm supposed to speak about, what I feel led to speak about, what I'm passionate about, what Yah has placed in my heart, and the reason that I'm actually out here taking all the bullets that I take, taking all the financial instability that I take. I don't do this for men. I certainly don't do this for internet trolls. I don't do this for the opinion of people behind keyboards, or even if they show their identity. I don't do this for other people or for men. If I do this for money or gain or notoriety, I wouldn't be a flat earth YouTube channel content maker, bro. That makes no sense. I, in fact, wouldn't talk about the scriptures so much, because that makes half the people in the flat earth spiral. I do this because it's what's right. It's the truth. And I have to get the truth out there because that's what I was called to do. And many of you are being called to do that too, but you just haven't actually accepted the call, right? Because it comes to uncomfortability. So anyway, with that introduction, my entire point here is, yes, we are living in the time of things being revealed, the veils being removed, right? And deceptions being uncovered. So Enoch pops up right around the time of the flat earth truth, right? So you couldn't find the book of Enoch. The Roman Catholic Church gave a decree to remove it from the face of the earth, but it survived in this small Ethiopian tribe, and now you can go buy it on Amazon, bro. You can buy Enoch 1 with a pretty accurate translation on Amazon. It's one of the first books that pop up.
So he kept his word. He keeps his word. He kept his word about keeping his word. And we've been revealed this truth for in the end. For of course, Enoch tells you, I do not take my commerce or my discourse up with you, but rather a remote generation for the end. And in Daniel, he is told, shut up the words of the book and seal it to the end, and people will come to and fro, and knowledge will increase. Well, that's what's happening, guys. We watched it happen. Oh, just reoccurring prophecies being fulfilled coincidentally, but it is in fact a coincidence. It's a coincident. There are multiple people working in on these little incidences, but it is not just some random chaotic happenstance that compile competitive or like repetitively. That's retarded. That's what we call being stupid, or actually ignorant. Willful ignorance is no excuse. So you know what it is. All right, so we're learning a lot of things. Okay, we're learning like, wow, bro, like there are NPCs effectively out here, right? They just can't hear or see anything. It doesn't even matter. Like their own little authority figures will just start to flip flop their story for over a year and say, do this. Oh, no, never mind. Do this. Oh, never mind. This is good. This is bad. Wait, this is good. Oh, no, it's bad again. Oh, wait. And it doesn't matter. They can't see it. They're effectively NPCs. You gotta let them go, bro. Some of them are in your family, some of them are your friends. What can you do, man? We live in a crazy time where some people have been turned over to their hardened hearts. Now, this is where we're gonna get into the real gravy, okay? Most people, well, majority of people actually associate the apocalypse with Armageddon or some end time chaotic war, where everything just goes bad. That isn't actually what the etymology means. That's not the meaning of the context either, right? It actually means the uncovering or the removal of the veil. So, what exactly does that mean? Is it just a metaphor? I don't think so. I don't think so. How often have we undermined and underestimated the validity of the scriptures as a literal description? How many times have we done that for we want to learn? No. It's layered. It has metaphorical, spiritual applications all throughout it. It's very layered. You can read it 100 times and still learn something, but it's also literally accurate. How often does it have to be literally accurate before you people start to realize there's a whole lot of accuracy in the literal descriptions in this from the very beginning, as it describes the very nature of our realm, our existence, right? So the earth is clearly immovable and fixed. It has pillars that circle within a square. It has a firmament. You can't penetrate it, and you can't move the earth. The earth takes shape like clay under a sill. It's a literally viable and accurate description of creation itself. And from the beginning all the way to the end, it's continuously viable. It's the most historically accurate compilation that exists. Like there's not another one that exists that's more historically accurate, guys. So you just take that in. Okay, so whenever you look at it like that, is there a literal removal of the veil in the end? Indeed, I think that there is. Okay, so that's actually what we are in store for, in my opinion. So there is the metaphorical, spiritual aspect of things being uncovered so that people can wake up in time and get right with Yahshua and finally swallow their pride. I'm talking to you. Or they cannot, but either way, that's not all it is. They actually remove the veil, bro. They remove the veil. So we have things like CERN, where they live in this pseudoscientific subatomic particle world that makes no sense and doesn't actually exist or have any empirical evidence to validate it. They've never isolated some subatomic particle with a materialistic nature. That's all nonsense, right? But they tell you that they're trying to open a portal. They openly say as much, and then they all dress up like little demonic figures and they do these creepy little dances. And guys kind of underestimate the real power in wizardry and magic's very real. Well, there's good magic and bad magic. That's a cool story, bro. That's a really cool story, man. I can't wait for you to tell me some more. How incredibly original of you. What's next? You're going to regurgitate Bill Maher, the creepy little grabbler from Zeitgeist, and act like you're woke in 2021? Like, it's about the same level of naivety to me. But so what I think is going to happen is the veil will literally be removed. This meaning that there's actually an inherent protection built within your anatomy. Your literal physical anatomy was built a certain way. It was created a certain way. And you have a protective layer, right, where you can't actually see within the etheric metaphysical realm unimpeded. Now, sometimes you get glimpses into it whenever you dream. Sometimes you have intuition even within your perceivable material world that's just on such a high level of resonance that you actually can see into it, feel into it, tap into it, right? These are just brief passings of moments that we are designed to slowly understand over the course of time. And then that goes back to the becoming water stream, where eventually, if you actually persevere till the end and you sacrifice fleshly desire in order to do what's right, getting right with the Creator, eventually you get this free or this full unimpeded metaphysical power where you're within that etheric metaphysical realm and you have all your unimpeded power. Now, people cannot be trusted with this. Humans cannot be trusted with this. Certainly, whenever they were made from dirt, they are just way too irresponsible and egotistical and prideful and basically, bluntly, dumb. So they would destroy with it. They wouldn't just create life and do what's right and be righteous. They would destroy. You must earn this power. Now, what could someone, let's say Gadriel, Azazel, what could he do to really mess up the order of things that we just laid out? Because you can even go the scientific route here, right? Like your eyes only perceive a certain spectrum of vibration, right? The Hermetic principle has been known about for a long time. Everything is vibration. Everything has vibration, meaning really, does everything have consciousness? Is everything really alive in a way? And of course, according to Nikola Tesla, matter is the same as the ether. It's just a certain vibration, a certain spectrum of the vibration that's perceivable, right? And he said it specifically as whenever the ether is thrown into prodigious infinitesimal worlds of velocity, it manifests as matter, and whenever that energy resides, it reverts back into the ether, right? He just gave us the very current electric grid we have, but anyway, this has been known long before Nikola Tesla. Everything has vibration. Everything is vibration, frequency, and energy, and not as if they are different things. Those are different versions of the same thing, right? Just different modalities of the same thing. It's just like electricity is magnetism and dielectricity in the hybrid coherent form. They are not different things. So water, vapor, and ice, those aren't different things, right? Those are just different modalities of the same thing. So if everything is about vibration and your eyes can only perceive a certain spectrum of the vibration, how naive of you to think that there is no more vibration other than the perceivable spectrum of your eyes. And by the way, guys, the higher academia that people prop up in this priesthood of pseudoscience, they cannot explain the eye still to this day under their own admission. Okay, the eye's complexity alone proves creation, and it's because it was built very specifically for a very specific reason. And that's why I add some potential credence to the idea that maybe if you were to get at an outside view, you would actually see that maybe the earth looks kind of like an eye. The eye is a very important aspect of all of this. And you have another eye, and we all know this, right? You have your pineal gland, your third eye. This is not some cookie or like woo-woo new age thing that doesn't exist. It certainly does exist, and it constantly seems to perceive vibration. It really kicks into high gear when you close these eyes. Okay, and that doesn't mean you have to be asleep, but when you're asleep, you tap into it in a subconscious level much more efficiently. It does seem to be the case, at least, right? So the whole point is you were made with a certain veil. You were made with a protective layer where you can't perceive into this realm. They're going to buck the system because they can't get back. They came down, Enoch tells you, which is why it was removed. They tried to go back up, and they're like, oh, snap. We messed up. We can't get back up. Let's write a petition. Enoch, please give our petition to Yah. He's like, okay. And then Yah immediately turned it down, of course. He said, I made you the angels to intercess on behalf of humans, and yet you have a human coming here to intercess on behalf of you. No, I will not accept your petition. You can kick rocks, effectively, right? And so they realized that they messed up, and so now they're like crazy spoiled little children throwing temper tantrums, and they're like, oh yeah, well, we're going to show you. We're going to take them all down with you. We're going to destroy everything. We're going to make them destroy themselves. They don't realize they have a solar spirit anymore. Look how lost and degenerate, sucking in depravity we have your love, beloved creation, where they don't even realize how powerful they are at all. They have no idea. Now that we've emptied them out, we've created this illusion of viability when it comes to nihilism and materialism, and they're just little empty vessels, or at least they think so. They've effectively emptied out their own vessels. Watch us come in and fill it in. We're going to fill it in. We're going to tell them that they are, in fact, able to tap into this etheric metaphysical realm, but we're going to guide them. We're going to make them destroy themselves. And we're free, and they're free, and so we cannot actually fully impede all the time. And that's the part that people don't seem to get. It wouldn't be righteousness if the Creator itself didn't make us free. And so you can't have it both ways. So what they're going to do is they're going to throw a temper tantrum, and they're going to have their little final buck the system moment where they're going to try to take everyone down with them. The veil will get removed. Okay, like Bird Box basically shows you this. So Bird Box, if you haven't seen the movie, all of a sudden, it seems like they really have the algorithm set up where they can make everyone talk about the same thing at the same time, and everyone talks about the same memes at the same time, the same stupid nonsense arguments at the same time, and everyone watches the same famous movies at the same time, the same famous TV shows at the same time. If you never watch them, if you unplug from the system and you don't watch the TV shows or the movies, you still heard about it. You heard about the timelines. You know everyone else watches them, okay? And Bird Box was like that. It was a Netflix original. It was one of the most popular movies in the world for like a week. And in that movie, they walk around, and there are the people that go around with the blindfold on, this is of course symbolic of what we just described as in your anatomy, right? The way the Creator made you, you have a certain veil of protection. You can't perceive the entire spectrum of vibration, right? So in the end, some people will have that veil there, that veil of protection, but you will have to have the seal of Yah in order to have that protective measure, or it will be removed from you. Now, every time that they see it, they want to die. As soon as that veil is removed from them in Bird Box, they immediately want to kill themselves. They want to die. Well, in the end, people will long for death that will flee them. Now, there are a group of people that go around and they're not affected at all by whatever it is that they see, which will be the great deception. And of course, that will be seeing into the etheric realm when you're not ready to see into it. You're not ready, bro. Your physical body isn't supposed to fully see into the unimpeded etheric astral plane, right? You're not supposed to see beyond the veil. That is going to be the crux of the great deception, in my opinion. They're going to actually remove the physical fabric, the physicality that creates a protective measure will be removed and you will see into it. So it's not like you don't have the metaphysical power. You've been limited for your own protection until you earn it so that you can actually have the responsibility to use it responsibly, right? But no, they're going to skip over that and they're going to remove the veil. It isn't just about, oh, now we know that the earth doesn't defy physics and fluid statics necessitates that water conforms to a container and finds its level and it can never adhere to the exterior of a spinning object in a vacuum because that's dumb. It's deeper than some of these deceptions. The actual fabric of existence will be altered, will be messed with, okay? And it's there to protect you. And you know what exists beyond there, okay? These watchers that buck the system, these metaphysical entities that people think are aliens, and they're going to first tell you maybe they're aliens. They're going to come in and absorb the flat earth and admit that they're not intergalactic travel and all this extraterrestrial nonsense. They're going to tell you that they're interdimensional, that they've been all around you. They can jump in and out, in and out. They were made with spirit and water. You were made with spirit and dirt in this physical confinement. They're going to rip across or rip out the veil. This is with the help of mankind, though, right? They actually need man to help them rip the veil. So the things that they're doing at CERN, there you go. That's basically what it is. And they don't really even hide it. They straight up tell you that they want a portal. We don't know what could come in and out of it. It could destroy everything. Oh, it's going to destroy everything, right? Because what's going to happen at that point is you're going to have your metaphysical capabilities revealed to you, but you are not ready for them. You are not in any way responsible enough to actually have them unimpeded. And they're going to give you more power than you're supposed to have, right? And then everyone's going to start to destroy things, even outside of their own control, right? So like you can manifest via true belief. Okay, so your true belief combined with your thought into one singular force can actually manifest things. Well, when you're really, really fearful of something and you truly believe in this thing you're fearful of or the possibility or potentiality of it, then boom, now it's actually a reality. Imagine if everyone in the world starts doing that. You know how many weak-minded people there are? You will see the craziest stuff ever. In my opinion, Jumanji was basically getting you subliminally conditioned to fully understand that things can pop in and out of existence, and these crazy things that would scare most people, right? Like pop into reality in the movie Jumanji. I mean, just a random movie, but the point is, you can back this up scientifically as well. It's very obvious. It's very, very obvious. You have more power than you've been led on to believe. This is so that they can trick you into getting the power before you're ready to get it. That's what astral projection is. That's what taking hallucinogenics is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. So when you lucid dream and then end up getting to where you astral project, dude, it is not all fictional. It's not just some fairy tale. You're just venturing over beyond the veil, like peeking into the other side when you're not actually prepared to do that. And what you think they're going to just start breathing fire on you and try to scare you as soon as you peek into the veil? Nah, bro. They're going to lure you in. They're going to lure you in with like all kinds of things that seem they shine, but everything that shines is not gold, right? Which of course gold is just valuable because of its magnetic permeability and is not nearly as rare as we've been told, but that's for a whole other stream, right? Everything you've been told is basically a lie. This is so when they come tell you the truth that you fall for it. So my whole point here is that the apocalypse is the removal of the veil, right? The etymology is about uncovering. That's what the Greek word means, uncover. Okay, well, they're going to actually remove the veil and uncover this metaphysical reality that's all around you that people don't know about. And so you need to prepare yourself for that. And what I mean by prepare yourself for that is to get right with Yah, the one true creator, the Father, right? And understand that Yahshua, the Word became flesh. The Word was here before everything. The Word was with Yah. The Word is Yah. It was there before everything. He limited himself in a physical confinement for your sake in the form of the Messiah, Yahshua, the most historically accurate figure ever, right? And if you don't get right with him and have the spirit of Yah in the end, you will not be able to prepare for it. Austin streams don't prepare you for it, bro. Like really thinking about it and being ready to see through it because you know so much about truth and you're a good truther doesn't get you ready for it, guys, because you're going to be given power that is hard to even comprehend. It's certainly going to be hard to resist. You aren't ready for it, bro. It's just the way it was made. Just accept it. In the movie of Bird Box, for example, because they lie in the news and they tell truth in TV shows and movies, guys. If you haven't put that together yet, you're way behind, right? And so in Bird Box, they have the group of people that run around and they're looking for whoever has that protective veil and they want to remove it. They want to get them in. They're just trying to track down the people that have the protection and they want to get them to turn their back on the protection, right? You'll be given the opportunity to take this mark, to take this leap into the next realm, right? Or you may be killed if you're found. And if you don't know that he's real, you're not going to get your head cut off for it. I don't care what anybody in here says. If you don't really know it's real, you're not going to get decapitated for it. And you might think, oh, decapitation is such a primitive, archaic thing. They would never do that. And a lot of people talk about the guillotines. Dude, they're coming out in Texas as a new form of capital punishment. This little robot arm that grabs your head and just twists it off. And it's supposed to be painless. They've come out with a new way to literally decapitate people in 2021, and they're going to implement it as the new form of humane capital punishment. And they're going to try it out in Texas. Guys, truth is stranger than fiction. And you can try to handwave dismiss me as crazy so that you can try to protect conformality, but it doesn't change anything. So you have a lot of metaphysical power. That's why I oftentimes say that New Agers are way closer to the truth than these quote-unquote Christians that are in this cookie-cutter prosperity gospel, just memorize John 3:16 and then deify a false Christ, right? They're way closer to the truth than that. Than those people. Those people don't even really realize that the metaphysical is as real as it is. They just claim to believe it. It doesn't really matter if you randomly get a good feeling when a bunch of people sing together and they get music that gets you in your emotions with certain vibrations and resonance around you. That doesn't mean that you know that Yahshua is real and that Yahuwah is real and that the metaphysical and spiritual is very real. Now, many New Agers do know this. They know the metaphysical is real. They've astral projected. They've had all kinds of crazy experiences in their dreams. They've had intuitive dreams that even seem to predict the future. They know that it's real. So they're closer to the truth, but that doesn't mean anything. Knowing the earth's flat, knowing that there's an astral plane, knowing there's an etheric realm, none of that protects you from the great deception. Because the great deception entails all of that. There is only one thing that is actually the sword that cuts through the great deception, and that's the seal of Yah. That's the only thing that protects you from the plagues in the end. So they're going to give you this form of a mark that taps you into this system. And when you see into that system, you're going to be an NPC permanently. There is no coming back. There's no like, oh, I want to take the chip out. And it's not even going to probably be a chip. It's going to be like a biodegradable stamp that's invisible to the naked eye. Quantum dot tattoo using the luciferase enzyme. They're going to track your body activity after 9 months. They can predict your body activity using the light activity within your body. They can predict your body activity with 100% accuracy after 9 months. They rebirth you. That's how long it takes you to be born out of the womb. It is no coincidence that it's called the luciferase enzyme. It is no coincidence that it takes 9 months. There's no coincidence that it's it's invisible to the naked eye. So they've constantly brainwashed you and propagandized you to think it's going to be sick on your neck or something crazy. No, it's not. But what it's going to be is this version of technology that is going to be way more advanced than anything that we know about right now. And it's going to tap you into the astral plane. Now you're going to have your creative powers. You aren't ready for them yet, bro. You're not ready for them. But good luck trying to tell the egotistical, prideful humans that don't know that Yahshua and Yah is real and that they don't have to fear death and that they need to get right with the one true creator. Good luck trying to tell them that when you basically tell them they don't have to die anymore, they're not going to age anymore, and now they can create anything out of thin air. And now we're going to have a bunch of psychopaths sunken in depravity, detached from the one true creator with this manifestation power that they are in no way ready for, and in no way can be trusted with such responsibility, and it will get crazy, bro. So a lot of people think Revelation is just a whole bunch of like metaphors and allegories, and none of it's real. That's a really cool story, bro. But how many times have you said that about the scriptures before you then had to swallow your pride and admit that it was literally accurate over and over and over and over again? So anyone that's undermining the validity of the scriptures as literal description that's viable, like, dude, I don't even take them serious. I kind of consider them to be a joke, right? Because you're not anywhere in the ballpark of waking up and having the eyes to see like you should, because it's been revealed to you numerous times over just the last few years alone that the scriptures are not something to just be undermined as some metaphorical handwave dismissal. It's dumb. Okay, so basically that's the whole point of the stream here. I think that in the apocalypse, it's things being revealed, things being uncovered, the veil itself being removed, not just truth being revealed, the actual physical veil, the physical fabric of existence, where we have this perceivable material world, right? And there's an etheric realm extended beyond that, and they're going to remove the little divide, and they're going to let you peek into there, but not just peek into there, reside into there, go in and out of both ways, right? And you're going to revere the entities that have been doing that all around you the whole time. Guys, we've been all around you the whole time. You just didn't know it. You weren't spiritually awakened or awakened enough to actually know that we've been all around you this whole time. We've been coming in and out of your perceivable material world this entire time. We talk to you during your dreams. We talk to you during your intuition. We talk to you in your thoughts. And they do manipulate your thoughts. They do trick you in your dreams. They really are all around you. They're going to trick you because they're telling you the truth. But they don't do it to help you. The lie is going to be that they come underneath the guise of trying to help you and promise you peace and prosperity. You guys can try to think that this is all crazy, and I know a lot of people here are far beyond being so close-minded that they think none of this is real, but I do have a lot of like losers that stalk my stuff, and I want to reach you too, bro. I want to reach you too. You know, like you need to hear this and fully understand how real this is. Okay, like let's just get into it. For example, how do we know that the ether is real? Austin, why do you think the ether is real? I can't bottle up the ether and empirically validate it for you. I discussed this on Why Would They Lie podcast, right? And Indio asked me, I'm like, nah, bro, I can't. Yeah, of course not. I can't actually empirically validate. I don't think you ever could, right? Empirically validate in the form of, you know, physically manipulating and varying as an independent variable the ether. I mean, how could you? It's the very fabric of everything. How could you ever do that? But it is the only postulation of viability that exists. The non-locality of light debunks the higher academia of pseudoscience. Just like I was watching that debate earlier talking about, light is a particle. Dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. No, it's not. But you don't even realize that higher academia has already reluctantly admitted that it's not. Non-locality of light. So the light, the phenomena of light, and its travel doesn't happen unless you perceive it? How does that work? Because all light is the perceivable version of vibration when you excite the medium. You introduce energy into the medium that's all around you and not perceivable, and you create a perceivable version of it based on the excitation of the medium. It illuminates. And then the speed of light is nothing more than the illumination rate. And stupid little humans scratch their heads thinking they're smart while they look dumber than actual apes. And then they're trying to quantify the immaterial, and they're trying to quantify something in the form of speed that isn't even traveling from point A to point B. All you're seeing is the illumination of the background. There's an illumination rate, right? That's what light is. So they don't understand anything about what's going on. How do you explain the non-locality of light without acknowledging a etheric medium background? So the laser goes through the water, slows down and speeds back up, breaching or violating the conservation of momentum. But no, it doesn't really slow down. It just looks like it slows down, but it promise it doesn't. Or the light's just there and you're perceiving it through a different type of medium, an additional medium. The water is an additional medium onto the medium that's being perceived. The light itself is the medium that's being perceived, just where it's being excited, thus illuminated. So for example, light debunks the fact that there's no background. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. There's no empirical evidence ever of the materialistic nature or characteristics of the subatomic scale, because it isn't. It's all energy. It's all vibration. Everything is. There is an ether realm. There is an astral plane. There is a reality beyond the veil. There is a metaphysical reality to this existence. You don't see it all. And it's actually for your protection. But arrogant humans, just like everything, just like the people that want to question the Creator, want to question the scriptures and the validity of them without ever researching them, want to question the morality of the Creator, although they could never, ever even interpret the entirety of all of the factors that have to be taken in from that view, right? They are some moral high ground to actually question the morality of the Creator. It's just like that. You can't know everything, right? And actually, intelligence at time is sufficient acknowledgement of what cannot be known. So trying to figure out what cannot be known, right, is effectively stupidity. It's a waste of time. So actually, like, ignorance at time equates to intelligence. And that's what you guys got to realize. This was put here to protect us. But the watchers are going to get out. They were put into 70 years of bondage. 70 years of bondage. And you look at Psalms, that's 70 generations, that's 70 years. So 4,900 years. Some say it puts it around the mid-1800s, 1900s, which makes a lot of sense because technology took off. And in my opinion, I think that even the rebellious angels that are at a lower level of the heavenly estate above us that they call planets, of course they name them after God, it's probably just a coincidence, they come down. and they're worshipped. When these things come down and present themselves, and whenever these things come into our perceivable dimension from the interdimensional reality all around you, and they start to give you all of these truths, and they start to tell you that the government's lying to you, and they're holding you down, and they lied to you about the existence of the earth. They lied to you about how much power you have. You didn't come from apes. No, you didn't come from rocks. No, there isn't just the material world. There's way more to it. Since you've been emptied out into nihilism and materialism, you've known intuitively that this is true, that you have a lot of power, and that you have intuition, and that you have dreams, and that you have a whole lot of stuff going around you that science can't explain. You've known this intuitively for a while, even if you go around talking about how you know that there's nothing and nothing matters and you're a nihilist and a materialist. Intuitively, you know more than that. It was written on your heart. You have a conscience, whether you fully have grasped it or not in your carnal mind. And when they come and start telling you some of these truths, you're going to fall for it. And they're going to give you your power before you're ready. It's the same thing that happened. You can be like God. It's the same deception that was in the beginning. That's what's going to deceive everyone in the end. It's going to be in like the greatest form it's ever been. And so you're not ready for that, guys. Just accept it. Swallow your pride. Have some humility. You get it unimpeded once you earn it. You don't get to skip. Everyone wants a shortcut. And they're going to come give you the shortcut. They're going to remove the actual fabric, the actual protective layer of not being able to perceive the entire spectrum of vibration. So I know I kind of worked up, and maybe I say some get a little wordy sometimes, but I hope y'all follow what I'm saying. I don't think people realize the magnitude of what really happens. I don't think they've even fully entertained it. What happens when that happens? What happens whenever you now are given this unimpeded metaphysical power of manifestation when you're not ready for it and you don't even fully understand it? When people don't even have righteousness, right? They don't even pursue righteousness. They don't even want righteousness. They just want anything that fulfills their fleshly desire. You think that if you're so consumed with nothing more than fleshly desire, you're capable of being responsible with your full unimpeded metaphysical power? That is insane. So you're going to start seeing psychopaths manifest things, people out of fear manifest things that are crazy. And you're actually going to be giving them power. They feed off our fear, right? And we always say that they feed off our fear. Well, the elites, the powers that shouldn't be, the kings of the earth, yeah, they feed off your fear. They're being run by a Luciferian spirit, which is a collective spirit, right? And so we're going to effectively, I'm certainly not going to be, but many people are going to effectively be feeding into their power. They're going to be even more powerful. They're going to watch you run around basically with your heads cut off, lost, right? Thinking it's hilarious that they're basically blaspheming their creator and that they're tricking his creation that he loves. He doesn't want you to be in this vulnerable position, but you've done it to yourself. And some of you are watching my stream. You can't tell me that he hasn't put you in a position to ever hear the truth or try to wake you up or try to pull you to him or try to break through those layers and those guards that you've put up of pride and ego. You can't say that. Ignorance is actually not an excuse, and it's not because ignorance is an excuse. There is forgiveness in ignorance, but you're not going to be ignorant until your final breath. That's not how it works. You can watch WitsitGetsIt stream over and over and just act like he's a crazy person, but you heard it. You heard it over and over. I try to astral project, but my pineal gland is so clogged up. That means you're being protected, maybe, So you don't want to astral project. That empties your vessel out. So if you astral project and you actually leave your body is now empty, right? Whenever you trip, you take hallucinogenics and your pupils get really big. You ever heard that your eyes are your windows to your soul? Well, when your pupils get really, really big because you're tripping, they can see further into your soul. When you leave your body, it's empty. You don't want to do that, bro. You don't want to astral project. You don't want to take these hallucinogenics. That's my opinion. Oh, you're such a square, Austin. That's such a cool story you got there, bro. That's a really cool story. Satan is the one who says you can be God in the flesh. Yeah, of course, Satan doesn't say anything. Satan isn't like a live entity in the Hebrew. Satan is just opposition. But yeah, Gadriel is Azazel. He says you can be like God. He says it's the same deception in the end. And dude, in a way, you will have God-like powers because you'll be able to manifest things into reality, which we already kind of can in this perceivable material world. But oftentimes people go about it the wrong way because you can do that stuff by adhering to the Torah, the instructions, discipline, righteousness, not sinking into fleshly desire, applying the Torah and the instructions to your life. Then you start to get some of these powers even before you get your full unimpeded power in your spirit in water form as opposed to your spirit in dirt form, right? But many times people just want to take the shortcuts. No, I don't have to have a linear code of ethics or objective morality. I don't have to listen to the instructions. I get to make up my own rules. I get to try to be like a god, but also make up my own rules like I'm a god too. So I'll take these drugs. I'll take ayahuasca and DMT and whatever other drug I can and LSD constantly to try to just break the system. I get to take a leap over it. I don't have to instructions. I don't follow instructions, right? And so then, you go to some medium, you practice some magic, you do some type of sorcery, you try to look into some alchemy. Like, it's like, not all these things are bad, right? But the way that society has taught you about them and the way a lot of you are figuring out about them, they are bad. They go all the way back to the Watchers, bro. The Watchers showed women how to wear makeup. They showed them how to commit abortion. They taught them how to perform abortion, bro. They taught them about magic and enchantments. The first thing they did was teach the women enchantments. And I'll also say this, and if you want to spiral, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'll go and explain. So there's a difference in men and women, okay? Like, women were made from the rib. They are not necessarily inferior to us. That's not what I'm saying, but there's a natural order thing, and it goes, Yah, man, woman, child. Women have things that we don't have, right? They have aptitudes that we don't have. It's because we're a perfect balance. It's just like the sun is clearly the masculine energy and the female is the feminine energy. But this is just creation, and you acknowledge the correlations between you and creation and nature. It's all around you. But you don't worship creation, bro. But women, right, they have this more emotional aptitude, right? So they're more intuitive. They can sense things more so. Some say it has a lot to do with hair. Right? They're better with children. They're better at filling them and filling what they need and what they want and how they truly feel. This is because they are, according to the Hebrew, right? They have more of an emptiness that can be filled in to interpret these things from the etheric realm, right? And that's why they need a strong male to be there to help them. This isn't because they're worse than you or because you get to. No, it tells you to love your wife like Yah loves the church. So, and to be willing to lay down your life for them. So, no, you don't have a robotic slave. It's nothing like that. But there's a difference. There's a difference in the vessels. It's just objective, guys. And we all know it. We all know there's a difference in male and female, right? We all know it. They're different. So they have attitudes we don't have. It's actually because they are more in tune with some of this stuff naturally in the very way intrinsically that they were made, because they're more empty and they can interpret more of these things. They have a more empty vessel regarding the etheric interpretation. This is for good, though. They were made like that for good. Look at how awesome women are at nurturing and raising children and interpreting things that can't be fully explained in words, and how intuitive they are. Like how my mom calls me right after I got in a wreck, and knew that something happened. My mom is very, very intuitive. So my point is this: every single part of existence was built around this understanding, and it was built so that you can earn the full responsibility within this understanding. And they're going to come and cut it. So there you go. That's the point. They're going to jump over the actual process of earning it. They're going to pull back the veil, and then people are going to start, out of fear, manifesting things. They're going to start, dude, you're going to give psychopaths the ability to manifest things. They're going to look into the veil. It's just like Bird Box. They can't look away. So just really grasp that. If you think that you can overcome that, you're lying to yourself. If you think that you yourself and your carnal fleshly manifestation can overcome that deception, you're lying, bro. You can't. You know how I know you can't? Because the actual Messiah told you that you can't. He said deception will be so great that if it were possible, even the very elect would be deceived. But they're elect, so they can't be deceived because they have protection, right? And then the plagues come, like everyone's freaking out about the air right now. Wait till real dangerous plagues come, right? And then they want some type of medical intervention, and they bring one that actually appears to offer the solution, right? Along with a whole bunch of other solutions. People are going to start falling like dominoes. And then you open this up with the introduction of metaphysical entities, interdimensional entities that tell you all kinds of truths, truth bombs. They tell you the government sucks and the earth's flat. All these flat earthers that hate Yahshua, they're going to fall for it right there. You have no contention with the system anymore. Then they're going to give you your metaphysical new age interpretation of power that you've known was there this entire time, but you don't fully understand the magnitude of responsibility that comes with it and how you have to adhere to the instructions, or you aren't ready for it. it's not like he hates you. It's not like he wants to have control over you as some like totalitarian creator. He just knows the way it works, and you aren't ready for it. You're not ready for it. So there's my rant. Well worth staying up for this, Austin. Sweet. Glad you enjoy. That's pretty much it. That's my take on it. I'll show you this to kind of chill out because I know that was kind of intense. We were floating earlier today. Check out what we rode by. What's up, homie? Doesn't that thing just look evil, man? Oh, that was pretty cool. We floated by a few of them, man. They will seek death and shall not find it. Oh yeah. It shows you that in the movie too. I swear that movie was telling like the movies as we get closer towards the end, they're showing you some really big truths that people just they're hidden in plain sight. People don't even realize it. Crazy. No, thank you. Floating in what? It was in Wakua Springs. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, but it was chill. Gators are awesome in their own way, yeah, but they kind of give me an evil vibe. All right, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm actually pretty tired. So I'm gonna get out of here. Just double check on donations. Yeah, like my eyes are getting heavy, bruh. I hope that resonated with some people, and like I just love you guys, man. I want you guys to have this reassurance that I have. I'm in no way better than you guys. In no way. I just want you to have like this revelation I've had that I used to think was stupid and fake. I want you to have it. I want you to be prepared. I love some of you guys so much. Like I know some of you in real life. Like I don't want you to be deceived. I don't want you to not have this protection. I don't want you to not have this reassurance. I don't want you to not have the strength to be able to stand up until the end and persevere till the end. I don't want you to fall for it, man. That's it. That's all it is. Austin's always talking about it. Yeah, because it's the most important thing that exists, bro. And I truly care about you guys. That's the whole point. Like it's not, oh, Austin's just on his preaching tip again. Like, nah, bro, it's just the most important thing there is. And you got like, I don't know how long you have. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie and act like he didn't reveal to me that we're in the end. He did. I don't want that to be the case, bro. I don't have any children yet. And I want children. Like I'm just telling you guys. I'm telling you guys what I feel led to tell you guys. And hopefully this resonates with who it needs to resonate with. All right. You're the man, long overdue for what you've given me. Truth is contagious. Keep it up, brother. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for the kind words, bro. That's why I do this. For sure, man. I love getting messages like that. So thank you for the PayPal Kraus, we'll say. Much love, bro. Double check over here. Frank, for love and respect, broski. Thank you, man. Much love, bro. Thank you for the donations. Much appreciated. And they help a ton, man. That's how we are able to have propane and gas money and pay for the places that we stay, etc. And food. Like we just went and got groceries for a couple $100. It's just. But I know Yah's got me. He wants me out here, and he's going to lead the people to help that are supposed to. So, hopefully, yeah, like I said, hopefully that resonated with who it was supposed to. They're going to remove the veil, and do not be so naive as to think that you're ready for all that unimpeded responsibility. I think the creator of all things that loves you to literal death and made you and gave you all this possibility of power, like he knows when you're ready, bro. So do you think the third temple would be soon? Some say they've already been building it underground. I mean, they have been building a temple underground. Is that actually the third temple? But yeah, I would say so. Some say there's not a physical third temple. I think there is, man. I got you later, Austin. Cool, bro. Thanks. No worries. All right, like I said, I'm super tired, man. I love you guys. I'm gonna catch up with you on the flip side. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. We already know they're gonna shadow ban the stream, so there's not really much I can do about it. I'll post a link. I'll try and post a link maybe on my Facebook. I'll try and post it on BitChute. WitsitGetsIt on BitChute. And I think I have an Odyssey, but it's linked to my WitsitGetsIt account. I don't know if it lets me upload individual videos. If it does, I'll try and put that out on my IG and my Facebook. Like, I don't know what else to do, guys. They're shadow banning my videos for like 15 hours or so after I put them up, because they know that's the peak viewing time. So all I can do is keep fighting the fight and trying to get the word out there. They're definitely not going to stop me. All right, yeah. So seek and speak truth unequivocally, and the weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance. And whether or not you think you've already made up your mind, you can still always change your mind. Okay, Yahshua is real. I used to think it was all fairy tale too, bro. He's very real. He loves you, and everything in the world's engineered around hating him, undermining him, and making sure you don't figure out about him. When you go to China, you can read the Quran, bro. You just can't read the scriptures, man. So, like, just really be honest about it. They don't want you to figure this out. And the only reason I do any of this is in hopes that you figure it out. We're here for you, bro, Shadowban or not. Thanks, bro. Much love. Please go check your donations, okay? Whoa, bro. What is going on? Bro, that's from me and my wife to you. Wow, bro. Thank you so much, man. That's crazy generous, bro. Well, thank you, Vader Bear. I don't know that if you want me to say the amount or anything, but whoa, bro. I really appreciate it, man. Much love, bro. That means a ton. I told you I will when I could. Thank you, man. It means a lot. I know that comes with love too, bro. Thank you, man. For real. Can't say it enough. Very, very generous. Vader Bear, you are the man. Yeah, my man just popped me with $250 on PayPal. What a legend, bro. Thank you, bro. Sweet. Wow. Well, that's a good note to end things on. Sweet, man. Vader Bear, you know I'm always here for you too, brother. All right, cool. Yeah, y'all get the gist. Y'all get the gist of the stream. I think I wrapped it up like 10 times. Pretty taken back by that donation. That's a lot, but thank you, bro. It means a lot, and it's gonna help the tour go for a decent amount more time, man. You're awesome, bro. Dope. All right, guys. I'm gonna catch up with y'all later. I'm like legit getting tired. My eyes are like, I was up to like 4:30 in the morning trying to tell people about Yahshua on Alex's stream, and with Jaron on there, Alex on there, and all these other people on there. And then I got up early. I'm just tired, bro. I'm honestly tired. So thanks again for all support. Thanks again, Vader Bear. That was epic. That was legendary. Thanks to all the other people that sent some donations. Y'all are awesome. I love you guys. They're gonna shadow ban this stream, so what can you do? I'll just try to download it via StreamYard and post it somewhere else. So it's definitely not going to post up on the Globebusters video channel, Globebusters Activism channel for no telling how long, man. So like 15 hours probably. Let me find a little thing. Little outro. Yeah, there you go. The weak find contentment, the consensus of ignorance, man. And actually, you're supposed to rejoice when they revile you for his name's sake, for they did it to all the prophets before him. So, like, guys, just get used to it, man. Like, we're flat earthers, dude. We should be used to it by now. We should be used to it. Like, if you're a flat earther, but you don't know the truth about Yahshua, you should be used to being ostracized. That shouldn't be what holds you back. It's like, what do the other flat earthers think of me, bro? That's weak, bro. That's weak, bro. Just be real. Just be real and seek it, and you'll find it. And this is when you need to find it. All right, guys, I'm going to catch up with y'all later. I love you guys. Peace.
Geopolitically, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they sipping pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock it, twirl somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it. If news ain't cause informants who informing them. There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this: we porting ships, important gifts. Of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks. We ignoring which informant this, informant this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field, that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field, that's for Israel. Wonder is it real?